Alex Crasper and Arden Shelley will be the two to watch.
Are they qualifying right now?
I don't know.
You loading in there? What's this place called again? Williams Grove?
Yep. Alex Crasper and Arden Shelley will be the two to watch.
All right, Kyle Brummett. We are top the booth here in Williams Grove Speedway. We got a 360 sprint car set to put on a little show here. I think it's a 35 lap race. Sprint car 360s. What do you expect to see out of this one today, Kyle?
Well, I think it'll be fairly clean, but every time I say that, something always goes wrong. But looks like Kevin Holly's class of the field here. I thought for sure it'd be Arden Shelley and Alex Crasper, but Kevin's sitting on the pole here, so we'll see if he can pull off a win.
Yeah, they'll be taking the green next time by. Key to these sprint cars is definitely throttle control. It looks like we have a track with moderately low usage, so there should be a lot of grip out there, but that will change as they run. I expect to see these guys all over the track, bottom, top. You definitely want to get a straight launch off the corner, so I do expect to maybe see the 6 at the bottom to start, but who knows, he might be on the top there. But yeah, like you said, he could definitely be the class of the field. Had a nice pull lap there of a 17.665. See how these guys go as they're taking the green.
He's already off to a big jump here.
Kevin Holly gets a nice restart or start to this race here. He's pulling. He's going to lead that boy.
Caution's out. Let's see what's going on here. Looks like Jesse Carr car number 9 ran on the backstretch.
Yeah, the caution is out. Yeah, we definitely looks like the 6 car showed his muscle there. He got a nice restart and he was pulling away. He's gonna be tough to beat. Uh, but riding there in second, he was kind of keeping with him a little bit with Skylar Brown. We'll see if he can maintain. Maybe he's got a better long run car. He definitely needs to get a better restart here if he wants to stick with him. He pulled out, 3 or 4 car lengths there on that initial restart.
I know he's doing a pretty good job. Looks like he's wheeling it a little more than I'm used to, but it must be working because he definitely drove away from him.
I'm wondering if these guys are wide open or not. With the track having moderately low usage, I know this track, when it's fresh, you can get around it wide open, but I wonder if they're having to play with the throttle yet. I know eventually they will be.
Not real sure. I haven't messed with the sprint cars a whole lot, but the way the track looks, as muddy as it is, I know it says moderate low, but I'd say this is as fresh as you could get.
So we're riding on board here with Kevin
Doesn't
Holland.
look
He's
like
gonna.
there's any defined groove formed yet.
I'm not sure if Kevin Holly doesn't have his windshield visor tear off button set up, or if he just don't care. But he's got a pretty muddy visor right now.
Well, actually, Kurt, the way the visors work, it's the same thing when you look at somebody's dash in the Sprint Cup series. It don't show up.
Oh, is that right? We'll be taking the green here. Kevin Holly's gonna
See
take
if he
him
gets
off.
a good jump again. He's holding him up a little bit, and he does. He gets another great jump, but
It's
that
a
guy on
nice
the
jump.
outside
5 is sticking with him, and he's gonna. Let's see if he can get a little slide job. He gets
to
a
the
fender on
inside
him.
there.
Let's
Just
see.
not enough power up
That
off the
outside
corner.
maintains, but he is sticking with him.
I'll tell you what that sounded like there, Kurt. It sounded like the 6 pulling a little taller gear than the 5 because the 6 is hitting the chip and the 5's not quite hitting it. So that's giving the 6 a little bit more launch off the corner to get clear. And then you'll see the 5 running back down at the end of the straightaway.
Yeah, we'll see how that works out as the grip lessens and the speeds go down. That would benefit the 5, wouldn't you think?
No, actually, when the speeds slow down, it'll benefit the 6 a little more. The more the track slows down, the more gear he's got. Keep the motor wound up a lot more. Right now is when it's going to hurt the 6 the most. That 5 keeps getting a run, getting into the corner, but he just can't pull it off coming off.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to give him a slide job if he's gonna get past him. I think throw it in there, throw his car up in front of him, and slow his momentum. Is he has a little issue there though.
Is he out of fuel? I think he might be out of fuel. He's pitting there. Car stumbled on him.
Let's see. We'll go check the replay.
Now that is one thing these guys are forgetting to do. They'll take all the gas out to qualify, and then I've noticed several times they forget to put it back in.
Yeah, it appears he did run out of fuel. That is very unfortunate for him. But you know what? That was probably a factor in the speed he was maintaining. These cars are a lot faster on an empty tank. So it is what it is.
Now the new second place man, Howard Ferguson Jr., he's got some pretty good speed rolling there. And then we got Brandon Kohler, a former pro driver there, running in third. I think a former pro driver. Now the lap times aren't really showing it, but as far as looking on the track, it looks like that 14 is just gaining just a hair every lap on the 6.
You'll have to see if he does have a long run car, perhaps, as the grip on this track deteriorates, if he is going to benefit. He's definitely, at the very least, maintaining that gap. That 6 isn't really pulling on him, but I'm not sure if he's got the speed to run him down.
I tell you one thing I like that Howard's car is doing a lot different is it's staying a lot lower in the corners. Now I don't know if that's hurting him or anything, but it looks a lot better as far as a driving perspective going down the straightaway for that straight shoot.
It does appear that yes, he's. It almost seems as if the 14's bogging the motor down a little bit on exit, with how much he's kicking out that rear end and just the overall angle he's taking in the corner as opposed to our leader, who's definitely giving a very straight launch off.
We got a caution. Let's see what that's for.
Find that caution.
I'm not seeing it,
I'm
Kurt.
not
Oh,
seeing it
I
either.
found
Is there another guy under pit road maybe?
nope. The 7 of Arden Shelley hits the wall going into turn 2.
Yeah, I've raced with Arton on asphalt a lot. He's definitely a good driver. Let's see what happens here to Arton. Yeah, he just got in there too hot. Yep, and he was. That's inches right there, and he just clips it and takes a couple guys with him. That'll be the end of his day and bring out our second caution. Right around the halfway point too, so still plenty of racing left to go.
They line back up here to go green. I think it'll be one to go this time.
So what's the key going to be here for the 14? I think he's definitely got to get a good restart here and not fall into the gap because, like I was saying, it looks like he can maintain the gap at the very least. So you don't have a lot of laps to
I
run
think
him
what he
down.
needs to do is try to stay as side by side as he can, but he needs to try to swing in underneath the
We
6
are
there.
green.
You see, he gets a good start right there. What he needs to do is sling underneath him.
See what he can get it. Oh, I'm lagging
And
out.
he's going to try right here. See if he's got enough
I
power.
lagged out for a
He's
second there, but
close.
I'm back in. My apologies. We got the. Oh, man, it was a slide job there. That didn't really
I,
work out.
Alex Crasper coming there real hot.
These guys are getting hungry for a win, getting hungry for track position. It's very key on these restarts. He made a very bold move. And we're going to get another bold move here as he shakes him off, though, coming off the corner.
We've got a lot of guys making runs off the exit of the corner there.
You know, it's so tough to pass in these things. It's kind of hard to really hold a line when you're making a move like that. And these guys are still learning, of course, and we're seeing some banging. I think these things have bumpers and fenders on them.
I think a lot of the guys behind their leaders here are a lot faster. They're just mired back in traffic because I'm telling you, some of the moves they're making, if they could just get clear, they'd be gone. Brandon Kohler hit a lap of a 18.075. Kevin's was a 0.67, so just a little bit faster, but not much by our leader.
Yeah, he's still looking there. He's maintaining the gap. And you got to be wondering, is he planning on maybe throwing in a dive bomb and trying to get a slide job in on him? I mean, this is dirt
I
racing.
think
It's
right
a little bit
now the
different.
14 has got what he's got. he's gonna need another caution to bunch us up and pray. But I think your race is gonna be for second here. It looks like Kevin's pretty well checked up, and I don't think there's enough time to run him back down without a yellow.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong, but that 4 is starting to look on the 14.
Now, something we're starting to see here now that we've got a groove is your guys who was bumping the chip earlier in the race are now starting to pull away, and the ones who was doing pretty good earlier are starting to bog those motors down. So that's where your gear, it's a short time loss, but it's a long term gain.
You know, you definitely want to be fast at the end, especially when you can start up front. You know, qualifying's a whole different monster. So when you can maintain that track position, you definitely have room to take a gamble like the 6 did and put in a gear like he did to be benefited for a long run, benefited for a track that's rougher. Becoming a 5 to go here. I don't think anything, like you say, is anybody's got anything for Kevin Holly in that 6 machine.
Now, it's going to take a mistake at this point, and I just don't see it happening. But our second place guy did close in there just a little bit. He started running the middle groove right on the cushion, and he's making some pretty good runs down the straightaway now. I just think it's too little too late.
Yeah, you see him. He's actually starting to work up a little bit on that high side, which is pretty interesting because he was on the bottom there. As this track is getting worn out, these guys are definitely starting to move up. Be interesting to see if this race was a little bit longer. How high would they go?
So we're going to see popsicle sticks in the air this time. They show him two to go at the flag stand.
2 goes right. We can take in the white flag next time by Kevin Holly. Kevin Holly was our pole sitter, wasn't he?
Yep.
Come out here and he putting a whooping on these
We got
boys.
Brandon Kohler's trying to work over the 14 here of Howard, but I think it's too little too late for him too, as we're coming to the checkered flag this time. We'll see if he tries to make a bold move down here in turn 3.
Kevin Holly comes off of turn 4. He's going to win. The battle is on for second. It's going to be too little too late. Howard Ferguson Jr. comes home second.
Brandon Kohler third, Alex Crasper comes home fourth, and Rusty Kruger comes up. That's your top 5.
It was a well ran race by the 6 there. Pretty solid competition. We only saw a couple of yellows. You gotta wonder what the what that guy would have had if he didn't run out of fuel.